Hi, this is Mike Griggs from 3D World magazine, and this is part of our Basecamp series. In this tutorial, I'm just going to be showing you how to use Video Copilot Orb, which is a After Effects plugin to allow you to create planets and scenes like this very easily. If we look at Orb, Orb is available from Video Copilot, and as you can see, it can do a wide range of sci-fi scenes and is completely free on Windows and Macintosh. So let's see how we can quickly get ourselves started to create not necessarily this scene, because this has a load of extra plugins as well, but just to get started with Orb. So let's cut to a new composition, and I'm just going to make this 10, definitely not 4K. We're going to make this 1025. Okay. Let's just double check those comp settings. Oh, wrong one. I didn't think that looked correctly proportioned. There we go, 16 by 9. Okay, so to create Orb, what we need to do is we need to make a solid and bring that over here, and we'll just call this Orb 01. Okay, so that's ready to go, and in our effects and presets, if we already have this pre-installed, which we do, we'll just drag this on. So that's great, and as you can see, we have our various elements. The other thing that's probably a good idea to put in is a new camera. Bring that over, one node is fine, and a new light. For space scenes, you're best off using a light like a directional or light, which is sort of closest you can get to a sun. That's a light that has a direction and doesn't really have a fall off. In After Effects, that's called a parallel, and we'll call this sunlight. We'll call that sunlight. Okay, so we are now good to go, and as we should be able to see, let's just pair this to a 3D null object. We'll call this light rotate. That's in the center. We'll switch that to 3D, and then we will just parent our light to that. And if we rotate that, yeah, there you can see it spins round. So that's great when we have full 3D interactive lighting, and we can adjust our pitch, etc. And let's just look at our settings for Orb. So as you can see, we've got a white element here. We could adjust the color of the material, say to a blue, and we can look at various other elements. We've got illumination options where we can adjust our Fresnel, but I don't think we're going to be able to use that right at the moment. Oh, that's why, because our illumination is none. So we've got a backlight there, so if I just wanted to adjust that to a blue, and then we can adjust various options to that. So the Fresnel is how much, let's just zoom it in on that. Fresnel is the amount of light that's coming around the back, and we can adjust our glossiness and our specular and get all that looking as we would. But obviously what we're lacking here is textures. Now that isn't a worry, because Orb can look after that really well. What I have here is a range of textures that you can download for free with Orb from the Video Copilot site. These are a range of 6K textures, and they're really useful. So what we're going to look at first is the diffuse, which is the continents and etc. So let's just drag that in. We're going to hide that because we don't need to see it. And let's just, in our Orb control, go to Maps, Diffuse Layer. Where's Diffuse? Okay. And so that's great. But what we have there is we've got a bit of tinting because we were mucking around with our color earlier. So let's just switch that to black. And as you can see now, if we go back up to our light control and orientate that, we have a moving earth, so that is good. The other thing that we can do is just adjust scale. So let's get that a bit more in the viewport. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add some other maps. So we have a normal map and we have an illumination map. And if we look at the illumination map, that is just a map of the world with all the lights on. So again, we're going to switch these off, and in our orb controls, just go back to illumination, add our illumination, and in our bump layer, we're going to use our normal, and we'll just make sure to say use normal map. Okay, so that, let's just turn our specular down and our glossiness down, but as you can see, it's a bit, we can increase our diffuse, but it's not spectacular really. That's because we haven't added the final map that we really need to make this come alive, and that is our glossiness. So if we drop that in, and so we have a quick look at that, and this gives you an indication of what's going to be effectively shiny and not shiny on the world. So we do want a bit of interest happening on the seas and the oceans, but not on our land masses. So we'll just hide that, go back to our orb and go back to our comp. And in our orb controls, just add that into our glossiness layers. And let's just turn that up. Illumination color, let's worry about that. So okay, if we orientate our light so it's shining more on the side, okay. Let's start dialing this in. So we've got earth, illumination, illumination brightness, everything is working. So what we can do, let's just actually, tell you what, now we can start to see we've got areas of bump, and I'm just going to increase the, there we go. Now you can just see, now that I've put that up to full, you can start to see some of the illumination elements happening on the other side. If I rotate our world, then you can go, you can see that. So let's just have a look at our illumination options. We switch. In fact, there we go. Let's just turn our illumination strength up to 1. That's good. Let's just see. There we go. Put that up to white as well, and there we can see got the illumination there. Now we can adjust this with a range of options. Shadow light contrast, and as you can see, it's starting to come across into the non-lit areas. Let's just undo that. And we can also control how much shadow and light we have, and that's completely interactive to the light rather than a setting. So if we move that around, as you can see, it's the light switches off, it doesn't overlay. So yeah, and we're also starting to see various elements of our bump coming through. We're not seeing much glossiness, so what we might do with that, just make sure that is, yeah, earth glossiness. Why is that not? Do me a bit spec. There we go. Just turn up the specular slightly, and we just again play with that until you've got something looking fairly good. So now that we've got that, we can now think about making this slightly more alive by adding clouds. Now the best way to do that is, instead of adding more layers on top, is just to make a new orb layer. So we're going to call this clouds, and again we'll just drop orb on there, and let's look at a radius. That was 360. Let's just round that down, 360, and here we will just make this say 361. Okay, now it's worth noting that orb has a range of UV options about how you want this mapped, etc. We are using actual maps from that have been supplied by Video Copilot. You can also find high quality maps for free from NASA, etc. So in our clouds we have this, and this is a cloud map. Okay, and again, there we go. Now there are a couple, what we need to do is make the black transparent. Variety of different ways that we can do that. Let's pre-compose this and call this Earth Clouds. Okay, and again we'll switch that off, double click into Earth Clouds, and let's get our, how big is this? 6,000 by 3,000. Let's make our comp the same size, otherwise we're not going to see anything. 3,000 by 6,000. There we go. So it's ready to go, and we can, the variety of ways of creating transparency. One of the easiest is just to use the extract plugin, and then okay. There's a very good trailer which goes into this in much more detail on the Video Copilot site by Andrew Kramer. And just to double check that we are getting some transparency, there you go. Now we can tint that either in here, we may as well just add a tiny touch of blue to, there we go. And we've still got, if we press that, still got some transparency. So go back to our main comp, Earth Clouds, project. There we go, clouds. So let's add this to our diffuse layer. Clouds. There we go. And as you can see, the transparency is going in, which is fantastic. Now we can also add this to our bump if we want, with clouds. And again, we don't need to use a normal map because we're not doing that, and we can add a bit of a bump fall off, where we can just see where we're catching the lights. That bump is a bit much, so we can just knock down the intensity on that a little bit. And I think we're just catching some transparency there, so we can either go around with our transparency, or we could just feed that into our Earth Clouds, and that's good. Let's just turn down our spec, turn down our glossiness. Okay, so as you can see, there we go. We have ourselves very quickly a working atmosphere. Well, we've got working clouds, and again, that can be rotated independently. And we could do a bit more work in regard to shadow. The final one that we could do though is we could add another layer for shadow just of the clouds, but this is just a quick tutorial. Let's just add a final atmosphere just to give our planet a bit of life. So again, so we've got orb on clouds, there's orb, and then let's just add a final new solid. We'll just call this Atmos. And this time we are not going to use any texture maps. Let's make this the same diameter, which I think was 361. And let us first of all change this to a blue. Okay. We're going to turn down our glossiness, turn down a spec. Illumination, we are going to just add a little bit. Make that the same. Just, there we go. And again, it's just going to be suck it and see in regard to what you want in terms of your look. And if we add try a couple of overlay options. There we go, that screen, that's too much. Overlay. Let's go back to screen. Maybe add actually. That's definitely too much. Okay, so screen, and then we'll just really knock down our opacity on that. You see, just starting to get the rim highlights there. Again, we could use stars, etc. Use orb to create stars, but I'm hoping that you're already starting to see how useful this is for After Effects users and 3D artists. This means that effectively you do not need to worry about creating planets, etc. directly within a 3D application, because, and also therefore you have to worry about render times and making sure your planet looks correct. This has taken me a couple of minutes to get to a working interactive night and day Earth, and if you were to create your own bump maps and texture maps, etc., there is no end to the creative possibilities that Orb offers. So this has been Mike Griggs from 3D World. I hope you've enjoyed this, and we will see you again in our next bootcamp series.